Keep Good News here with another interview. Today, I got my big brother, Mr.
Yo,
Post,
what's
Corey
good with it?
Giovanny. Hey,
What up, Key?
man, thank you for stopping by today, man. This is I love doing interviews with people who I'm connected with or who I've
Definitely.
had experience with. I've only done this with people I've had real relationships with and experience.
Right,
So thank you for joining. As I told you,
right.
I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
Okay,
So please feel free to answer and elaborate.
for sure.
And feel free to elaborate.
And I just want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? For allowing me to see the growth. You know what I'm saying? And I know, you know what I'm saying, you about to jump into it, but I just wanted to say thank you.
Ah man,
And I
hey, man.
appreciate you too,
You're
brother.
welcome and thank you. You know what I'm
For
saying as
sure, for
well.
sure.
So Mr. Post, man, a lot of y'all may not
Hey.
know who he is.
Yes,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
Corey Giovanni, but he was instrumental in my growth into the radio business, the broadcasting business, the industry. Helped me define my voice and develop myself. I was able to look at what he was doing and be able to use that and learn from it and build myself. He knew me before I went by Keep Good News. Let's see how good you are. What was my original on air name? Let's see if you remember.
um,
Let's see how good you
let's
are.
see.
Hmm.
No, because you know what? I put it in a song that we played.
Oh, okay. Let's see if you
Um,
got it.
let's see.
He ain't got it, y'all.
Okay, I'm trying to because I just listened to the song the other day. You know what I'm saying? Social hate, long intro. Manny and my sis getting work done. It wasn't bad news. It wasn't
No,
bad.
it wasn't.
No, it was it was like
I'll give you a break, man. Don't worry. It was controversial key. You remember that?
controversial key.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you would like to play devil advocate a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bad name, terrible name. But yeah. So now like I said, your Corey,
Yeah.
watch me transition from that to Keep Good News.
Yeah.
And he's watched me since, like I said, I really started in this game. So I appreciate you being here.
Man, I appreciate you having me, and I love seeing the growth, bro. I
Yeah.
love seeing the growth. You know what I'm saying?
So so I want to know if you remember, if you can recall, what was it like, your first impression of me when you first met me, walking into the social hour.
Okay.
Towards the 2015, 2016,
2015.
2015, 2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your first
Actually,
impression?
20. I think it was 2015 because I was with social a little bit like before 2014, 2014, 2015. Anyway, man, bro, it was like you a young dude, vibrant, excited to learn. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't shy. You just came in and started doing your thing. And I remember when what you said, you know what I'm saying? I want to learn this. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, serious. And then when I saw you the next week, I was like, he coming back. And then I brought my cousin in, you know what I'm saying? Big John, you know what I'm saying?
Big John.
Yeah. And John, you know what I'm saying? He started coming. And then it just became like more instead of a show, because I think we was on the air for an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, something like that.
That time went by quick. And I mean, like, we would talk. Well, we had Smash the Trash It.
I remember that. Yeah, Smash the Trash
We had
It,
in
man.
today's news.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we would just talk about like stuff that was going on. More so not it was current events. It was current events. You know what I'm saying? We actually was in the studio the day Donald Trump won.
Was we was
Yes,
in there?
we was in there.
You might have been there
Because it was your birthday celebration.
Right on. Yeah, right on.
We had cake and everything, and I was like, damn, this dude really won the White House. Like,
oh man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, bro. Man, we go back, bro.
Yeah, back. For sure, man. And like I said, it was an incredible time, and
yeah,
and even through that, we spent maybe a year and some change together.
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Yeah, about a year and a half. Yeah, about a year and a half.
Yeah, and it felt like, I mean, it felt good. Like, and even when sometimes when social couldn't make it, you was there. You know, so I remember one time that. Oh, let me give you this. I thought I was on air for 40 minutes. We in a room and there was Dead
Dead
air. Oh shit.
Got
Excuse
it.
my language, man.
Hey,
But
no, hey, you got. Sometimes the only way to learn.
exactly, bro. We was like, I was, and we thought we was, and I think we was having a real deep conversation too. Is me, John, and you. And remember, Maya came through. Maya was on the show with us as
Yeah. Shout
well.
out Maya. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We was not on air, bro. I think social was mad too.
I think about that time. And I think about how many co-host changes we had.
Yeah.
That was a real experience for me.
Right. Right.
Having some people come in and come out and pass through,
Yeah.
and social always opened the door.
Yes, he did.
So,
Like Monty
right,
Maserati.
right, Monty, Miss Hernandez. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Yeah.
Lex, Ms.
Right,
Hernandez.
right.
Yeah.
So we had some good times, man. Like I said,
We
it was
did.
instrumental, and then I started to build my studio at the house, and
Right, right.
and which was incredible, man.
Yeah, man.
So moving along, man.
Okay.
Yeah, just want to ask so people know a little bit about who you are.
Right.
What is your profession and what is your art?
Got you. Okay, so I'm Corey Alvarez, aka Corey Giovanny, BKA, better known as Mr. Post, right? I've been I've been a music songwriter and producer and an artist for the last 25 years. Professionally, last 12 years. And what I do now, I have Core ENT, creating opportunities, reaching everyone. And I recently, within the last 5 years, started getting into screenwriting because of the fact that there is a lot of stories out there that need to be told, but nobody wants to tell them. I mean, not tell them. Nobody wants to produce them because of the monetary situation. They're gonna think, well, will I get a return on this, or um, will it be worth my time? And the people whose stories are need to be told, they need to get out there. It doesn't matter if it's gonna be an Oscar or an Emmy, but it's going to change someone's life. And that's what Core ENT is about, creating opportunities, reaching everyone. And I'm actually working on a project right now, and I'm doing it all free because she's like an auntie of mine, and I want to make sure that her story gets told. And then my cousin, we were just shooting the shit, and he ended up telling me some situations that I didn't even know. Then this is my first cousin. Like, his mama is my auntie. My mama and his mama are sisters, and they like 3-4 years apart. And he's my big cousin, and he's my brother's little cousin. So he's right in the middle of us. And things we did not know. And those stories need to be told because stories not only are good for entertainment, but they're also good for edutainment. It can educate you to deter you from doing something that's going to make your life worse, or it can help you. And that's what Core ENT is all about.
Nice.
Thank you.
You are from Los Angeles.
Born and raised in LA.
Born and raised in LA. What part?
Okay, so let's start where it was, where I can remember. I grew up over off of like 82nd and Halldale area, and then my mom moved over to Inglewood, where I kind of like grew up a little bit over in the bottoms. And then by the time I moved from Inglewood, Hawthorne for a little bit, like about an hour, not an hour, I'm about to say hour, about 3 years. And then I moved to Gardena, where I was raised pretty much. South Bay Gardena area, from 12 all the way to 21. 22, was it 22? No, I got married when I was 24 with my wife, and we lived in Inglewood. Then we moved over there off of 8th Ave and 52nd Street. And for the last 10 years from that timing, from 2008 to 2018, I lived literally in the heart of the Slauson district, like literally walking blocks from the Marathon Continues store over there, literally down the street from Lemert Park. And then just in 2019, right before the pandemic hit, I bought a townhome in Gardena. And it was just, those are my livable spaces, I should say. But I travel. Your boy like to get around.
If I could ask, I like to ask people that's from the area, or not from the area, wherever they're from.
Right.
Because I've interviewed some people that's from different places, and I got different responses. What would you say is one of the greatest challenges that you had to deal with growing up in LA?
Um,
Or should I say, trying to be even not just growing up,
growing up.
but try to create success in Los Angeles as well?
Well, it's when you grow up around a lot of places. The thing about it is, people who know you, that's what they staple you as. Oh, Corey's a fun-loving guy. He's very nice, and that's good. But also, it's a bad thing in advance because they don't take you. I mean, bad not in advance, but a bad thing as well because they don't take you as serious. Like people don't understand certain people in their life are really, really. And where's the camera at? This one right here. I fucking work, okay? I work hard and I'm serious about my shit. So my people who know me, they think, oh, that's just Corey. He's this and that. No, Corey's a businessman. Corey gets shit done. Corey take risks so that you won't have to. So if I post it up and show you that, don't go out and say, oh man, nobody ever told me nothing. No, I gave you the blueprint. You chose to do it your own way. And that's the challenges because people see someone going through something and go through it and come out on top. And I give you the game, yet you think that your game is better. And now you're far back further looking for a hand up. And I'm like, I just gave you the blueprint. You should have used it. And that's the reason why it's a lot of challenges because a lot of people want to be able to get out of the rat race, right? Last year I walked away. No, this year I walked away from my job. I was making 100K a year, right? And I love what I was doing, but it didn't love me back, and I wasn't in love with it because it wasn't purposeful. I was in love with what it brought me, and I tell anybody like, look, don't get stuck to where you are because you're going to lose the happiness. You're going to lose the love. Make sure you continue to grow. And some people take it. You know what I'm saying? Look at you, bro. Look at you. You know what I'm saying? We did like what it was like it wasn't even a studio, bro. It was like a room around the corner from the stairs. Now you in the office building, bro. You know what I'm saying? Next is probably gonna be the corner office. You feel me?
Must have. I appreciate that, man. There definitely some humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Um, so question on the opposite end of that,
Yeah, yeah.
because as well as there's disadvantages or challenges, also advantages. So I would like to ask,
Yeah.
what do you think the advantages? Well, what advantages do you have? Do you think that you were given by actually growing up in LA?
Being around the entertainment industry, right? Because a lot of people live far away and they come to this place. And they come to this place. I've heard stories, people sleeping on the corner, sleeping in their car, sleeping in rental cars until the rental car got towed away from the rental place, just trying to make it out here. So anytime there's a music conference, anytime there's a movie conference, I'm there because I know I'm in this city and there's other people that's flying and coming out here trying to do the same thing I am doing. So I don't take it for granted. People are too close to the ocean to recognize the beach.
Ooh, that's a bar.
Yeah, man.
Hey, that is I gotta. I might have to take that one. I'm gonna that.
Hey,
Ooh,
look.
that's I like that one.
Yeah, hey, keep it
Yeah, I like that one.
because a lot of people don't understand what they got right in front of them.
Yeah,
They're so
yeah,
far. They overlooking what's right in front of them.
yeah. I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
I agree. Yeah, I said if you could do it here, you could do it anywhere, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I appreciate that answer. And more so, being in the music industry, I'd like to ask a profession question.
Sure.
Um, what's something that you've experienced that you didn't expect to experience by being in the music industry, or something that people may not know about trying to get into the industry? There's a bunch of stories I feel like,
Yeah.
which somebody had to cut off their elbow skin, and give it to the producer. But if you don't mind sharing, like, what's one of those
Okay. Well,
instances that you've been through?
what I'll share is this: paying dues is not always monetary. Sometimes it's sweat equity. You know what I'm saying? If you get in the room with some celebrities, be quiet. But if they give you the opportunity to do something, humbly shine. And then if somebody asks you your opinion, be confident when you answer with your opinion and own that. If you're sitting at a table and somebody says, well, what you think about this? If you don't like it, be honest enough to tell them, I don't like this. but also offer up an assistance, because even doing that, you can get a writer's credit, and a writer's credit for something that you just gave an opinion works both ways. It can benefit you where somebody can say, "Hey, yeah, I like his opinion. Let's bring him back," you know. And then next thing you know, you're walking up stage accepting a Grammy award. You're getting writer's credit, and then somebody say, "Oh, well, you was on that one song with Blase Blase. Let's go ahead and have him come into the studio because his energy was well, and he doesn't talk much." So be humble, but when it's your time to shine, shine the fuck out of the light.
You said something important there. You said, people see you as the person that like don't talk much. And I've read in many books. I don't know what book was that. I don't know if it was Four Agreements or 40 Laws of Power. 40 Laws of Power, which
48,
is
48 laws of power.
yeah, and they talk about, speak less than necessary.
Right.
Because then when you do speak, it has a greater impact.
Exactly.
So that's real game for people who don't get what you just said conceptually. It's not don't, be shy. It's just pick your words wisely.
Right.
And when you do so, you end up saying a lot less.
Yeah.
Man, that's huge.
One more thing off of that,
Yeah,
though,
please.
on that as well. That the 48 laws of power, I think my favorite law is do not try to outshine the master.
Number one.
Don't.
That's
I
that's the
mean,
rule number one, right?
I honestly, it's been a while since I read it.
I think that's rule number one.
It could be. Don't outshine the master, because the master put you in rooms and places that you couldn't get in by yourself.
Yeah.
So just be respectful.
And I always took that one as super impactful for me. That's my favorite one as well, because I feel like there's this homage I pay to always have that, which is why I always pay homage to you, social.
Appreciate
I tell social,
Yeah.
and I don't care what you're doing. I'm always gonna, what I'm saying, let people know
Right.
what you did for me.
Yeah.
You always gonna be a mentor in that capacity to me, because you were. So yeah, my favorite law is number 25.
Okay.
Recreate yourself.
Recreate yourself. Oh.
And I always believe in that. And I believe in always recreating yourself from the way you look, what you do, habit wise. I'm trying to look different by next year. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might, so I might go beardless when because I never done it before.
Right.
I don't know. But anyway, that's one of my favorite.
And that's good. The reason why is it's growth. And actually, what was it? I did a no save November challenge on TikTok, right? But when I was like, you know what? Damn all that. I shaved all my facial hair off, everything. And I was like, you know what? Why not? So I kept it off. Made me feel young. And I was just saying, like, wow, I'm 40 doing this. I should have been doing this 30, because it's another part of you that you don't know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't start cutting my hair bald until my hair started balding, right? But I realized I like a bald head.
Right, you embrace it.
I embrace it.
Yeah.
And change is always good to embrace.
And that's what it is. I think it's changing myself. I don't want to get used to me neither.
Yeah.
And then it always keeps other people on their toes, because you become unpredictable.
I like that.
Yeah.
Don't get used to you.
No.
Always look for the change in you.
100%. Well, I told you about these questions I wanted to ask.
Yes.
But before I ask that, I want to ask another industry question. What, advice would you give someone who was trying to break into your profession?
It's not, and I was just on a call with my big bro yesterday. 99% of it is business. It's business. If you're talented, that's a God-given gift, right? You just got to sharpen it. That's 1%. 99% of it is business. Know your business, because it's work. You go into these rooms, people are going to expect you to know your business. Because if you get on a song and that song has Grammy Award winners here and there on there, and you're on it, and then 3 months go down and you see them getting new Maseratis, new Hublots, and those are cars and watches, and you're like, this check says it's only 12 cents. Did you do your business right? And then if you didn't do your business right, why? It's no different than if you go get hired at McDonald's and you got to fill in your tax ID or your social security number. You got to put the address right in there. You got to put your date of birth. They got to cut that check so you can get paid for your hard work. Look at it as the same thing. It's still work. 99% of it is work. 1% is the talent.
Let me tell you how big that is,
Yeah.
because I think even with any part of the entertainment industry, which is we talking about podcasts and
Yeah.
YouTube, it's all entertainment, right?
Yeah.
That is something that I didn't learn, what you just said, until this year,
Mm.
2022. I learned that the
Wow.
hard way.
Yeah.
So, like most of us probably had to.
Exactly.
But that's huge.
Man.
It 99% of it is business.
Yeah.
That's what it is. No business, no nothing.
Yeah.
Good business means good relationships, good time. So
Exactly.
I'm glad that you said that. That is in fact true.
Thank you.
So advice for yourself, if you were to see yourself only 1 year ago, if
1
you would
year
meet
ago.
your 1 year younger self,
Mm-hmm. What
and
I've
knowing what you know 12 months from now, what would you tell yourself
take more risk.
within
I
the 12 months, huh?
yeah, I realized like I've been trying to do the YouTube thing, and thinking that I was not good enough, and I just realized that everybody has an audience, but their audience isn't gonna come to you. You got to find them, and you got to take a risk. You got to find out what works, what doesn't. Your niche, when you find your niche or your niche, whatever they say, you don't just say, "Oh, this is my niche." No, it's a hobby if you're doing something that you like to do. But when you find out the people that's coming to you because of the fact that it's what you're saying, and they constantly coming back to you, that's your niche. And this past August, I realized I like to put out positive information and take scenarios and make people think about how they can better themselves. And I started doing it on YouTube Shorts, and I started doing the reaction videos through positive inspirations on my Instagram. And I went and had a couple viral videos. Now I'm getting paid from Instagram, small amounts, but they will grow. But the fact of the matter is I could have been doing that a year ago. You know what I'm saying? I could have been doing that during the social movement, the civil unrest. I could have been doing those things, and not just to monetize it, but also bring more awareness.
Yeah. That's definitely what I try to. I always try to live in the future. I said, man, what am I gonna tell myself a year, or what would I tell myself a year from now?
Yeah,
And then as my mother would say, if time is the only thing that's stopping you, then the time gonna pass anyway.
yeah.
So just don't let that be the
Time
reason.
time is our biggest asset, or it can be our biggest liability.
You're 100% right.
Yeah,
Whether you plant it or not, it's
it's
still
gonna
gonna be
come.
spring. Yeah. If you
Yes.
plant the seed now or you
Yeah.
don't plant it, spring is still gonna come,
Yeah.
and you're either gonna have crops or you're not.
Right. That brings me to this one point before we get to that last question.
Yeah.
All right. So, I have a coach, a success coach, and we're of the same faith, right? I'm a Christian. He's a Christian, and he gave me some jewels. He was like, "There's a scripture I want you to read, and it's Ecclesiastic 11, and I think it starts with verse 8 or 9. It says, um, sow your seed bountifully, meaning that work hard, keep working. Don't look for the return. Just keep sowing, because when the return comes, it may come from one area or the other, or it may come from both. But it's not about the return; it's about the work, and then it's also about the ground and I took it a little bit more, saying like, when you're doing your work, make sure you're doing the work in the area where you matter in that area, because of the fact that's when the ground is fertile.
Well said. Yeah, I like that. Then
Yeah.
last question.
Last
As we
question.
talked about, you mentioned you're married
Yes, I'm married,
and
17 years.
you have children
I have three beautiful babies.
and you have siblings.
I have a lot of brothers, but one brother that I grew up and raised with.
Right. So
Same mother,
let's
same father. Yeah,
So we'll go with your immediate family, and then of course you got the homies that blood couldn't make y'all no closer.
exactly. Like
Right,
you, like my frat. You know what I'm saying? High school frat.
right
All
on.
that. Yeah,
So let's start off with. I like to start off with the children. If today was your last day,
yeah.
and because one day it will be,
Yes, it will.
so it's important to think about what we want to say,
Mm-hmm.
and if you do have the opportunity
Yeah.
to do so to your children, what is it that you would tell them?
I will tell my daughter, or my youngest daughter, don't change who you are. Stay strong and confident, and be that light that you've always been. My youngest, she has Downs, but she is so bright. She has Down syndrome. If you guys don't know, that means she has an extra chromosome. But she's so loving and she brights up any room she in. And I would tell her never to change that. My twins, Raymond and Raven, I will tell my daughter Raven, who she is a light. She's like, and it's crazy because I adopted my children, but they have all my characteristics and the same characteristics as my wife, which is crazy. But I would tell my daughter, go for it. Don't let it hold you back. You're gonna, I mean, if you don't get it, you're gonna cry, and it's okay to cry. Now let's find out where we made the mistake. And your next time, know that even though I'm not there physically, I'm there spiritually supporting to move you on. And I would tell my son, everything that I've done, you saw how I loved your mother, you saw how I loved your sisters. Repeat that now and when you get older so that you will be able to carry on the legacy that I showed you how to do.
And then we have
Ooh,
your
my
I know, right?
wife.
It's deep, right? Yeah,
Shit.
I know. We getting there.
Damn,
And then
bro.
what would you tell your brother?
All right. So my wife, I would say,
No. We
oh,
gonna yeah we gonna
gonna say wife for laugh.
yeah, you know what it is.
Damn, bro, you're
Yeah.
gonna have me up here tearing up. My brother,
Yeah.
I would tell him, uh, it was a great, you know what I'm saying? It was great being your younger brother. I learned I learned vicariously what not to do from you, but I also understood your heart and intention on how you did what you did. I learned how to be a better man and about responsibilities and owning up from you. And I would tell you to make sure that your children understand and know that you're better than just a fly by night individual. Yeah,
Right on.
yeah.
And then you got
Moms,
my
uh,
you got to
whew,
get moms going. Yeah, the parents. Yeah, go ahead. What you got for moms?
mom, you you deserve more. You deserve a lot more. Don't settle for just anything. You deserve the world, but don't let the things that people give you distract you from the gift that God has given you. You have the ability to bring people together, and people are warm around you. I get that from you. Don't lose that. Keep that, because my children and your grandchildren will need that someday.
All right.
Yeah.
Um, Now you got your homies. You know the
Homies.
ones, and you ain't got to put them by name. I always tell
Yeah.
people this because it can get
No, no,
we
I
know a
feel
lot
you.
of people just you can just
Yeah.
give them everybody one
I'm gonna give everybody one. I mean, I'm gonna give one, and
yeah
that's for
one
everybody.
group and they usually know who they are.
Yeah.
So
Um, y'all saw what I did. I went from being at a company for 20 years and I left it. And I stood tall, chest out, chin up, and I did not let these corporate slave owners control who I am. And I moved the way that I did for my family. I end up making my children wealthy and not their children wealthy. Go and do the same.
And last and most important is the person you decide to spend the rest of your life with, which is your wife.
Toya, it's been real. It's been fun. We've had our ups and downs, but we rode this bitch like we said we was gonna do. Rode it till the wheels fall off. Got some more wheels, put them back on, and we kept rolling. Our prayers were answered. Our babies are here. Our house is here. The legacy is here. And I am not going to tell you to wait no 5 years in mourning for you to go find you happiness with another man. Go ahead and live and be happy because of the fact that you deserve it. If you find another man, make sure he treat my son right. He treat my daughters right. And most importantly, he treats you right. And for that, I love you. And thank you for loving me. And I'm out.
Well said, everybody. Corey Giovanny, Mr.
Hey.
Poist, Mr. Post, my big
Jeez.
brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's hey, it's important to have this moment because of reflection. Now you're gonna go home, you're gonna hug your family, just thinking about it,
Yeah, definitely.
And go ahead and see your wife this, man. It's almost Christmas time, man. You might get some extra.
She's gonna get this.
Yeah. Right, maybe something special to treat for you, man. Yeah. Right on, Mr. Post. Now I appreciate you. I love you, my brother.
Love you too, bro.
And it's been a pleasure.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Peace.